This video is brought to you by Storyblocks Video. So, the European Union has passed Article 13. To celebrate, let's check out some memes from our Discord server. Meme review! Janik, catch! Janik, catch! That's a nice one. Me, 3 hours into animating a complex mask. My Adobe? I have decided I want to die. Yeah, pretty much sums it up. When Jordy answers your question on the Q&A, happy noise. That's true. We do a ton of Q&As on the Discord server. Me, new Cinecom.net video. My grandmother's funeral. Ooh. Thank you, I guess. After Effects. Premiere Pro. Now that's how we roll at Cinecom. All right. Those were some memes to celebrate Article 13. Now let's get into the video. Roll the intro. Hey guys, Jordy here for Cinecom.net and welcome to Creative Tuesday. Now, a couple of weeks back, the community, you guys, started a Discord server. We are also active on it and do a lot of fun things like Q&As, copycat radio contests. There's also a meme channel, so if you'd like to join as well, locate a link in the description below. Now let's get serious, guys. One of the questions that I often get is how can you make a living or at least earn some money with filmmaking? Now, many younger people are afraid to attend film school because they are afraid that there's no future into it. So that's why I'd like to share some tips for both students that like to earn an extra buck and filmmakers that are already doing this full time but might struggle to find enough work. Now, a little bit of backstory, I've been to film school myself and immediately after I started working as an independent filmmaker. Over the course of 7 years now, I've had many ups and downs, I've learned a ton of new things, and that's what I want to share with you all. For the past 2 years, I've had a very stable income. I also employ 2 people full-time, which are Janik and Lorenzo. But of course, this didn't happen overnight. I've worked super hard, I've had a very tough times, but I'm super happy that I went through it. Alright, the first tip, and this is something that anyone can do. Create stock clips, effects, transitions, templates, whatever, and sell that online. You hear me talking a lot about Storyblocks. Now, they are also sponsoring our channel, but all of the video assets that you can find on there are created by people like you around the world. Now, stock websites like these are getting more and more popular as the demand gets bigger. Just to give you an example, here's an After Effects template from their library. With my active subscription, I can just download this without additional costs, but if I would make this myself, I would spend days on it. So many agencies, production companies, or freelancers are constantly browsing through these stock sites, and you can contribute as well. If you've got a good camera, then use that to sell some stunning shots. If you don't have a camera, then start creating After Effects templates. We have also created a bunch of video effects for the Storyblocks library, and they've been really taking off. Now, the first link in the description below takes you to the Storyblocks homepage, but I'm also going to leave a link where you can sign up to become a contributor. Now, Storyblocks is not the only stock site out there. Every site has their own policies, so make sure to double check, but I would always recommend to upload your work to multiple of these platforms. That way you can increase the chance someone will purchase your work. There are even a few stock sites that only sell raw footage like ArtGrid and raw film. So if you're a Red owner, for instance, but struggle to find enough work to get your camera paid back, then I would definitely look into those. With your Red camera, you'll have something unique to offer. Alright, step number 2. You've just graduated from film school or decided to skip that and go straight to work as a filmmaker. But you have no idea where to start now. And there are 2 choices that you can make now. You go independent or you start working for a bigger production. Usually when you start working at bigger productions, you're going to have to work for free or for a very minimal compensation. The idea there is to gain experience and work yourself up. Now, this is the hard way though. At least it depends on the people around you. In some cases, it's more of a politics game to work yourself up. Other times, you could be lucky and working in the grip department getting a decent wage in no time. Then the other choice is to start independent, and that's how I started. All you're gonna need is a camera and a computer to edit on, and you're good to go. If you haven't been to film school, then I would suggest to reach out to small local businesses and ask them if you could make a corporate, commercial, or social videos for them. Businesses always make a portion of their budget free for marketing, so with a little bit of confidence, it's quite easy to start earning money in that field. Of course, it does depend on the country or town you live in. At the same time, you're gaining experience, and you'll notice that you're able to reach out to bigger companies eventually and that are going to demand a bigger creative input from you. When you believe for yourself that you've become a better filmmaker, then it's time to reach out to small production houses and marketing agencies. Show them your portfolio that you've built up over the time and present your services as a freelance cameraman or editor. This route will not bring you as fast in touch with the big film industry, but it is a faster way to make some decent money and get you started working full-time. Tip number 3. You believe that you don't have much chances in the country or town that you live in. Well, we've already covered one way to work online as a filmmaker, but there's another way if you don't like to create stock footage. There are several websites like Upwork, Freelancers.com, and yes, even Fiverr that allows you to create a profile and offer services online. You could offer to edit someone's video and set a rate per hour, or create something specific like an intro animation. Now, I found out that many people from India actually do this. Agencies and production companies from Europe and America are hiring their services, which I find incredible. The wages in India and many other countries aren't always that fair, but because you connect your services online, you're now able to ask for a decent rate. And I've actually worked together more often with people that freelance online when I was still making commercials and such. Usually these were 3D animations that I know not much about, so I was very happy that a freelancer could help me out with that. Alright, tip number 4, and this is more of a general advice that comes from my own mistake. When I started, I focused too much on the creative side. I would sell my creativity, and way too often, someone else who I believed wasn't as creative as me got the job. Now, my mistake was that I always used arguments like, look how beautiful my shots are, and I'm gonna create emotion in your corporate video, or I'm going to light out every shot and create a beautiful cinematography. And although you should do that, it's not what you want to sell. Clients don't want to hear that. Clients want someone who cares about their product or service. So that means you talk about them and not about you. Tell them how their product will shine with the video you'll make, but don't go too deep into how you're going to make that shine. You'll only make it complicated for them, and they will more likely choose the story of a salesman who never touched the camera before. Even when you're planning to work for bigger productions, the people there want to hear about your willingness and effort, and not about how good you are. You're gonna have to prove how good you are while working there. So to conclude, first get the job and then show your skills. And that brings us to the last tip, which is networking. If you're looking for someone and you can choose between your friend or a complete stranger, then you're probably gonna pick your friend. And that is usually gonna be the case whenever you get invited for a new job. And there are gonna be 2 ways to improve your social skills. The first one is to literally network. You can visit a network event where dozens of small business owners come together to get to know each other better and perhaps exchange services in a casual environment. Now, I've done that a lot, and it has helped me to get my very first clients. For instance, I got in touch with a manager from a BMW franchise. We talked a bit, got familiar with each other, and a month later I was shooting their commercial for them. Getting to know a potential client in a casual way first is gonna help tremendous. Now, networking not only takes place at network events, but also on the set itself. If you're asked to be the cameraman in a production, then don't just be the cameraman, but try to socialize with the other crew members. Don't sit on your phone during 2 takes. I would even suggest to turn off your phone the entire day and force yourself to talk about casual stuff with the other people around you. Make sure they remember you after the production so that when they're looking for a new camera guy again, they'll think about you. So those were my 5 tips to get you started making some money as a filmmaker. I really hope that I've inspired you to get started as well. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you Storyblocks for your support. And like always, stay creative.
Hey guys, we're currently working super hard on our short film. We're currently building all of the sets. As you can see right here, we've got a long hallway. In the back there, we got something we call the basement. This right here is Janik. And over there, we have something we call Lorenzo. Where's Lorenzo? He's in the basement. Ah, Lorenzo.